Hi guys, welcome back to Planet J Astrology, where you will learn everything that you need to know about the stars. Today's video is going to be on Sun in the 5th house. I think this is the 16th or 17th video in our astrology series, and this is a part of a specific segment in the astrology series regarding sun signs. So you can go on the channel and click the other playlist there. You'll find one that explains all the 12 sun signs, and now we're going through sun in the houses here. Okay, so we're going to talk about the positive and the negative traits regarding this sign, and we're going to talk about what the karmic lessons are surrounding the sign as well. It's important to consider the positive and the negatives because each sun placement in the chart represents certain karmic lessons, as each of the 12 signs represent an archetype in this lifetime. And so we're going to talk about what those are, having your sun in the 5th house, and how it affects our personality, our ego, our vitality, and things of that nature. So let's get into it. Okay, so having your sun in the 5th house. What do we love about people with their sun in the 5th house? These are generous people, okay? They're so warm and a delight to be around, and they have this poise and dignified nature to them at the same time. This is a house that is ruled by Leo and the sun, and so this makes someone whose personality is bigger than life, someone who is loyal and enthusiastic and probably very highly opinionated, but ultimately a loving and optimistic person, and someone that acts in confidence, acts in their own individual way. You know what I mean? Someone that is not easily swayed and not easily made to feel bad about themselves. So generally, this is a placement for someone that is very confident. Depending on, any other placements in the chart or aspects to the sun, this can change a bit. And, this can also be, you don't have to be an extrovert to be someone that is warm and a great person to be around. You can be a Cancer with sun in the 5th house, or Pisces with sun in the 5th house, and be super introverted, but the people that know you best still see you as someone with these qualities, someone who's very creative, someone who possibly loves to be outside or spend time in the sun, someone that is an individual and is insanely unique. You know what I mean? So having your sun in the 5th house generally makes you someone who's very self-expressive and probably like a hopeless romantic, or even if it's not a romantic, meaning you want to date a lot of people or have a lot of flings, which is common with people in this placement. You guys love the idea of love. You love the idea of adoring someone, of being infatuated and passionate about something is a great feeling for you, and you love when you get to share that with another person and have that energy reciprocated. But this doesn't just have to be romantically. This can be with the way you feel about your friends. You guys love to be loyal and kind to your friends and generous and give back to them because you really care for the people that you keep around you and put in your life. Having your sun in the 5th house can make you someone who generally tries to be very honest and direct with people. You are someone that really does not like to accept bare minimum from people. And in fact, you may love to be spoiled and to spoil the people that you were with as well, or your friends. Generally, you'll be someone that is pretty good with children. Children may love and feel gravitate towards you a lot. You may be someone that has a lot of children later on in life, depending on other aspects in the chart. But ultimately, you're someone that has passion ingrained in every fiber of your being. You love to shine, and like I said, you can still be an introvert and be someone that likes to be recognized for your creativity, right? Like there are some people that are extreme introverts, but they're very creative and they post their things anonymously, or they try to do things behind the scenes, whether that be working with creators and being the one to do the edits and just letting that get their appreciation and finding their the pride in that. So you don't necessarily have to be someone that puts yourself out there to be, sun in the fifth house. It really will be dependent on so many other factors in the natal chart. The sign that your sun sits in here will even, have a really great impact on the way that this is manifested in your personality. So please keep that in mind. And you can also look at your persona chart for your sun and see a little bit more into the details regarding this. But ultimately, having your sun in this fifth house means that you're someone that has a lot of energy, a lot of adrenaline. You may love the summer because there's so much to do. You may be someone that loves to have like a cheesy friend date or cheesy dates, like I said, possible to be a hopeless romantic, or just love the idea of a first date, love the idea of first anything, because it brings this uncertainty that makes you feel good, because you know that you'll just go into it with the utmost confidence, right? So having your sun in the fifth house here can make you someone who is very confident, someone that has a lot of hobbies and potential love affairs. You always have a side hustle going on because your creativity just can't be boxed in. You have to be careful though, because sometimes with this sun placement, you can be someone that is hungry for attention. So having your sun in this house, your karmic lesson will ultimately be surrounding a need to validate yourself, to not need anyone else to do that for you, but to be able to validate yourself, and to not try to satisfy your ego with superficial concerns or things like that. You also are someone that doesn't like to back down from a challenge, and so sometimes you can come off as a bit arrogant or pompous, because you guys may have a competitive nature to you as well. And it's similar to what I was talking about with sun in the first house, where it's like, you guys, Leos are a little bit more different than sun in the first house, because sun in the first house, they are competitive naturally, but they don't really want to shine alone. But sometimes what it can be like is having your sun in the fifth house is that you want to be the center of attention. You want to have all eyes on you, or you don't want to split the recognition. Now, like I said, this can depend on a lot, because if you're for example, an Aquarius sun, with sun in the fifth house, you may really love a collaborative effort. You may really love to get recognition in your community for working together, for working with organizations. Or if you are a Virgo sun in the fifth house, you may really like to be appreciated and recognized, in subtle ways. Even if it's just one thank you, you feel really great about it. You don't need a plaque, on your door frame in your office, or you don't need to post all of your accolades. So it really depends on the rest of the chart and the specific sign that your sun is in as well. So that's why I say, guys, please look in the description box below for the specific sun placement videos, and this will shine some more light on this specific placement here. Now, some other karmic lessons that you will have to learn is how to let go of control. Having your sun in this fifth house here, like I said, you are very ambitious and have a lot of goals and things that you want to be creative and accomplish, and you don't want anybody or anything to get in your way, right? And so you can be a bit immovable sometimes, or even bossy, because you feel like your way is best. And sometimes having your sun in the fifth house, and especially having your sun in a fire house, so first, fifth, or ninth house, it's like my way or the highway type of thing. But ultimately, you guys are you have a lot of passion, right? And so this passion goes into everything. It can very easily get out of control for you guys. This passion you have, you can find yourself getting quite jealous, or possessive of the things that you have or the people in your life. And this is the same with your friends too. Like I found that people with sun in the fifth house here, they often are like the type to be like, why are you hanging out so much with so and so? Like, like just making these comments like that, because you guys you want what is yours. You know what I mean? So we have to be careful not to feel entitled with this placement as well. In addition to this, you guys are all about performing. This is also a sun sign placement of a lot of people that reach fame, that are actors or actresses, that work in performing arts in some way, shape, or form, and are very used to having a lot of eyes on you. So it's possible that while you guys show up as very confident and bright individuals, that at the same time, depending on, the other placements in the chart, you can have bounds of insecurity where you can get very exaggerative and loud as to try and cover that up. So the karmic lesson surrounding this sign is to really find value in yourself apart from what you can do, apart from what you can provide and perform with, because you guys are so much more than that. You guys are generous and warm and brilliant, and you make people feel confident just by being in your presence. And so being able to connect with that as opposed to all the other things that we just talked about is really important. Okay. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for all the other astrology videos. Bye!